Cruel device, your blood like ice. One look could kill my pain. You're free. I wanna love you, but I better not. I wanna hold you, but my senses tell me to stop. I wanna kiss you, but I want it.
Hello all. How you all doing? What is going on with this? There we go. So, I hope you all can hear me. How you all doing? Welcome back to the show, ladies and gents.
I wanna taste you, but your lips are like most poison. You
So, that little intro, that kind of failed. I'm not going to sit here and lie. That is a little bit of a heads up of what we got to talk about tonight. So bear with us. Because yes, we've got a lot to talk about for tonight, ladies and gents. We do have a lot to talk about tonight. We do have a lot to talk about. Don't mind me, I'm just getting things sorted. Because yeah, we have some things to discuss, I should say. Do 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 do. We do have some things to talk about. What we talk about? So now we are just going to wait patiently for Ed to come and join us. But just I'm just getting things sorted. Won't be a moment. Do 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 do. Oh. Where is he at? How's he not here yet? Ed, tell you what. Well, he's seen it, so hopefully he should be with us in just a second. Kind of hold that down. Let's add. So yes, how are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing? Hello, Ed.
Hello, I'm
Hello.
here.
How are we doing?
I'm here. I saw you raving at the start of it. I'm partying. I saw it all. Yeah, yeah, he's good. Anne's been on a rescue today, so
All right, so that's probably why
it's
you're a
been a
tad
long
late,
day.
to join.
It's been a long day, yeah. For her it has. I've been sitting home watching telly all day. Huh.
Yeah, because
So
like it's it's been a bit. It's been we found well. I've been told that we've got a lot to talk about tonight. So I'm like, where do we begin?
it's where to begin. This is big breakfast. Uh, um, where do we begin? And say that's the headache. That
See,
one.
there's a lot to talk about tonight. There's a lot. That's the thing. Like it's been
It's been
difficult
crackers,
because
to be fair.
it has been crackers because me and Ed haven't had the chance to speak much today because of course he's been busy as well as Anne's been busy as well. So because Anne's been busy, Ed's busy. Goes
Yeah.
both ways. But yeah, it's been a it's been a long day. Ed,
no, it's we.
how we
Yep,
doing? Yeah, how we doing today?
but we're slowly waking up, and getting there, getting back in the swing of things. Yes,
The
it's
brain
been
started to tick, is it?
just a little bit, yeah.
The cogs are
But no,
starting to finally turn.
it's been absolutely honestly. Um, the last what 2 weeks have been absolutely crackers. We've got some amazing acts to talk about,
We
and
do,
some
yeah.
things that are
We've
in
got an awful lot
plans.
to talk about when in terms of the acts that were some that are still being negotiations with, some that are confirmed, and that we've got, and they're going to be coming
Yeah,
either
we've
this
got
year
sort
and
of
or
certain
next
dates out.
year. Sorry.
We just got sort of a couple of dates out and a venue large enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So,
like so. Where do we begin though with them? So do we?
I think first thing is we might as well do the country show. We've got that coming. That's
Country
been in the
show,
mail
yeah.
today. Actually got a very good write up in the mail today. It was
We
very,
did
very good.
actually. I
Tickets
actually
on
saw
sale
that.
for
I
that.
was like, oh, surprising.
Mm. Yeah, no, tickets on sale for that. That's going to be a good night all round.
So when are the tickets on sale
Um,
for that event? Is it next month?
yeah, they're on sale now, and it's
Oh,
in
oh yeah,
March.
it's March, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not with it.
Yeah, they're on sale for that, and that's March. So that's going to be another good one, I think, for everybody to enjoy because we say
Absolutely.
we worked hard bringing
And
this guy,
also you
and
can be
and
expecting an interview
it's
within the next couple of weeks, I would say.
yep, it's going to be. What he's done this show. We'll bring it to town. Has sold out everywhere they've been.
Basically,
Um,
as I've done some research as well, and knew in pretty much every single place that they've gone to, they have sold out. They've sold out pretty much every single show. Um, which
so we're
is
hoping it's going to be the same in town because
well, yeah, well,
it'd be a
that's what we're hoping
shame.
for because I think that in today's generation, everybody loves a bit loves a bit of country music. It's good for the soul. So
It's not even that. To be fair, it's a case of what's happening. Who basically the show itself. The show itself is an award-winning show. And to get them to come to Barrow, let's be totally blunt,
yeah,
has been a lot of work getting it to happen. But they're here now, and the forum's shut,
yeah, the
so you
forum
can't see this type of
is
show.
officially closed.
Yes, you can't see this show anywhere but with us because
Yeah,
obviously the
so
forum
it's
are not doing it. So I started them when I think they're shut for the next 2 years. So um, then as I say, so that's a cloud nine. Then we've got the ladies night. I'm getting a lot of contacts over this. I've had a couple of people have commented on the article that was in the mail saying, "Would their fellas like to come and see? Would their women be happy if their fellas were coming to see this show?" And I responded quite politely by saying, "Well, we'll find out because I'm looking at doing one of them as well." What you got to remember is at the end of the day, it's harmless fun. You know what I mean? And this is the whole point about it. You get the certain individuals that jump up and down saying it's sexist, and all this lot.
yeah,
It's
the
not. It's
thing is,
harmless fun. Let's be totally
people
honest.
like to make a lot of noise and over literally nothing. And I'm like, you really aren't accomplishing anything, and when all you're doing is just making far too much noise that even you can't, make out of what you're actually talking about. It's it's like
It's just sad at the end of the
if it's
day.
not for you, why are you bothered? Why are you bothered about it?
As I said when
If
we
it's
brought
not for you
Chubby
and
out
you're
and
not
everybody's up in
interested in it,
arms,
don't go. It's that simple. We don't have a go at
everybody's
anybody
jumping.
else if they want to go.
I say we're jumping up and down when Chubby was here. And I'm like, I've got a simple answer to that. If you don't like it, don't go.
Exactly.
It's not rocket science.
It's not. If you've got a
You
big
know,
hullabaloo about it, just go elsewhere. There'll be other
unfortunately,
events on and whatnot, or whatever you. Well,
there's always something on.
there's always something on.
But
It's
you
not
go
just
spend
us
your
that do
money.
events.
But we don't care. We just carry on regardless of
We
the
just
sort of
trot
basically
along
what
and get on with it.
most of my life. Yeah, I've done most of my life, just prod along and get on with it. But yeah, no, as I say, we've it's been absolutely crackers. Some of the stuff, some of the stuff we've got coming up. But I say, just getting back in the swing of it because it has been a while since we've been here, and getting back in the swing of the shows every week now.
Yeah.
Um, so I got a message from Tom. He's getting an Indian tonight. He's
What
gone
was
for
that?
Indian. Yeah, Tom messaged tonight saying he's going for an Indian. So I'm like, that's fine. So bogger all in the fridge for tomorrow morning for him.
Yeah.
Because we went to the Indian that he went to and it was very, very hot. Even though it's supposed to be mild, it was very, very, very hot.
Depends on what you
So
get. Not all
well, even
Indian
Anne
food
Marie,
is hot and spicy.
no, well, even Anne Marie said she's been to India. I say she's traveled. She's actually been to India, and even she said if that's mild, I'd hate to see their hot. I was like, well, you can have it because I'm not eating it. Like I'm fine. But no, I say it's just been absolute crackers the last few weeks. I'll be totally honest with you. So we've been doing the rescue and everything today. But yeah, we've got. Oh, that was it. Community get out of it. Well, I'll tell you what I remember because if I don't, that's how I won't remember.
Oh, the community
Um,
garden.
yeah, the community garden. The council's
Community
meeting with us next
garden.
week.
We'll go in the
Yeah,
garden.
the council's meeting with us next week. They want to get involved.
Oh, have they now?
I was quite shocked with that, to be fair.
That is actually quite shocking, to be perfectly honest. I'm gonna be honest. It's
Well, I'll
quite
be honest with
shocking.
you. I said to the person I spoke to that I was quite shocked because you had the YouTuber come to Barrow who turned round and he
Oh
basically
yeah,
slated
the
Barrow,
YouTuber that kind of said that Barrow was,
saying on its backside, etc.
yeah. I mean, to
Um,
be perfectly
no.
honest, was he that wrong?
And again, I spoke to the councillor in question because obviously he was the one that reached out
Like
to us about the
there is some
garden.
charm about Barrow, but it's a far cry from what it used to be. I'm gonna be honest, it is. It's a far cry from what it used to be. It
Well,
used to be.
I said to him, when I talked to him about it, I said to him, I said, look, at the end of the day, you're saying that he's like doing the narrative, as in it's a dump because it's a working town. I said, let's be
I
honest,
wouldn't
what
say
has
it's a
Barrow
dump.
really got?
That's one thing I'd say. It's not a dump. It's
It's
not.
a, it's a fraction of what it used to be.
Well, that's what I basically said. I said it used to be a really, really
The thing
great
is,
town, like with a lot
the
of
thing is,
things here. But
I can't comment on the beer comment he made, um,
sorry,
because I don't know. To be honest. I
but
can't
yeah,
comment on the beer thing he made, the beer market, because he made a comment on the beer and the pubs in town. I can't comment on the state of the beer because the stuff he was drinking I don't drink, so I can't
why?
comment on
What
it.
was he drinking again?
He was drinking Guinness at one point, I think it was on mild.
Yeah. Guinness is not something that a lot of people in the UK, well, especially up here, don't
Well, no,
drink.
but it wasn't what I'm pretty sure. I don't exactly. It's either
And
Guinness or
Guinness has
mild. I can't
always
remember
been a
which.
selected drink, a select taste. Has
But
Guinness. I don't know many people that happily drink Guinness.
honestly,
There,
I'm not a big.
and not
I don't
many,
drink it.
and that's why a lot of pubs in Barrow don't sell it because a
Well, he
lot
did.
of
He
people
did make some.
don't have it.
Yeah, as I say, he did make some valid points when he was in the town. About the amount of shops that are
Oh yeah,
shut
he
and all the
probably
rest of it.
like even
And the
I heard a
councillor
couple of
came
things and
on and
bits and pieces that he had to say, but I said, but when he said it was like a dump and whatnot, I'm like, it's not a dump. It's not. It's is it a great place to live? I'd probably say teetering towards the no, but the people are great. Like the people can be great, but is it
oh yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
that you'd seek out to go and live? I'd probably say
Yeah,
no.
yeah. No, I'll be honest. It's I've
I'd
got
say
nothing
I'd
against
probably look elsewhere, most likely.
Well, no, I said I had a conversation with my Marie about it afterwards, and he didn't. They jumped up down. Oh, he slated the town. Well, actually, he didn't. If you bother to look at it properly, I think he was quite honest. To be fair, to a point. And now that's going to upset a lot of people, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know,
But yeah,
if you're
but I
gonna,
think the thing is, I've seen people on social media and they're, moaning about it and whatnot, and I'm like going, "Oh, screw this guy!" And whatnot. I'm like, well, the thing is, listen to the points that he's making. There are some points that he's reaching, but there's a lot of the points
Mhm.
that he's making that are actual, the issues with the town. Like a lot, like yeah, some of it are some stretches and whatnot and kind of exaggerations. Some of it's a bit like, hang on a second, but the majority of what he's saying he's got a point with him. Like he's you know when he goes, I think he was on about there's nothing much in the town for anybody to do.
Well,
I
I
think
think
that
this is the part of. I
one
think to be
that was
fair,
one of the
this is.
main things he was kind of getting at, wasn't he? He's like, there's not much in the town for anybody to do.
Oh no, I think I was. I think this part of the reason the council reached out to me. To be fair, because I
Possibly
commented
so.
on it. I commented on it as well. I comment on quite a few things.
Yes, you do.
And I pointed out to them that, I don't really don't lose sleep over it when people like me or not. But, I probably, let's be honest, since the Ellie Williams screw up, and the same individuals will say, still pushing the narrative that it actually happened, there isn't a hell of a lot for people to do in this town.
Well, yeah, but that's basically what I've been saying. Like when he was stating like there's not much in the town for people, I'm like, but there isn't. There used to be. We used to have bowling alleys and all sorts of stuff. We used to have all sorts go karting. We used to have quite a lot of stuff. We used to have what like a
And
fair or something close
yeah,
to
there
it that
was,
that we'd bring every year. There
yeah,
used to be a lot. Like even at Pulse, it used to be the artificial centre.
yeah,
Kids could go there and
yeah,
play for free and whatever. Like
and
there
yeah,
was there'd always be stuff on in the park, like some sort of event. There isn't a lot that happens in the town anymore, and people
I
unfortunately need to kind of
don't really.
realize that. Like what he's stating, like there's not much for people to do in the town. He's 100% correct. Because the things that we did used to have, we no longer have. So if you want to go
And
and
it's
do a
partially
lot,
because,
you're most likely going to have to look to go elsewhere, like out of town.
well, no, it's partially because, if I'm honest, there's, well, my opinion anyway, it's because what we did have in town, nobody actually properly used.
Was that?
When we had all these places in town and stuff,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know,
That's what
people
I
didn't
basically
really get,
stated. Like we had all
people
this
didn't
stuff,
get,
and people didn't use it. People didn't stop going to it.
yeah, yeah, you know,
And I do
and I
think
can
it was a lot
understand
about
why,
born idleness and whatnot because people would just prefer to stay at home and watch Netflix and order off Just Eat and stuff like that. And like people just stopped going out to these places, and
and this is the
that's
thing,
what buggered the town and these other businesses and whatnot, and these other places like your go
it's
karts,
like a
go
comment that was
karting, your
made the other
bowling
week.
alleys, etc. That all that sort of stuff. They went
Yeah,
because they lost their business.
a comment was made to me the other week, and I'll be honest with you, I sat there and actually thought about it. And I thought, actually, the guy's got a fair point to make, and that is, he says, you've got all these things going on in the town. You've got and it's like the same, pardon my French, crap every week. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, well, look at it. You've got venues in the town that are known for rave. You've got venues in the town that are known for metal. You've got venues in the town that are known for all different types of music. You've got a blues club and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. I said, but the simple answer is, he says, it's Dave from down the road that's playing every other week. And I'm like, what do you mean? He says, well, look at the lineup this week. And he actually pulled a paper out of his pocket and he went through what's on guide in the mail. It's quite good, that, by the way, folks, if anyone's interested. And I was sitting there and I'm thinking, well, actually, you've got a valid point, because he was sitting there and he's like, oh, this is on and that's on. I'm like, yeah. He said, but hang on a minute. He said, because I've got last week's with me as well. And I went, right, okay, then go on, then I like me. And he pulled all the the previous weeks out of his pocket and went through it. And I'm like, yeah, that's actually a valid point, because the same people were there again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fair enough. He said, yeah, all right. He said, your venues are bringing in different acts and stuff, which is fair enough. He said, but where's the names at? And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, where's the names at? And I'm like, yeah, again, but enlighten me what point you're making. He said, well, again, it's the same BS you get every week. He said, nobody's prepared to take a risk and bring a big name in. He said, all right, some venues in Barrow have done it. And I'm led to believe, I don't know, because obviously I wasn't connected to the events, but they brought bigger names in and they've done quite well off them. But the write-ups have been quite well off them, saying that they've done quite well off them. he said, but you should be doing that on a regular basis. I said, well, what the hell do you think I'm doing, you twit? I wasn't that polite, by the way. And he went, well, I know, that's my point. I'm making these. At the end of the day, nobody's prepared to take any risks anymore.
Mm.
And I went, well, you've got to take the risks to do the job. And he says, well, no, this is part of it. We got that already because that's what he was on. And when I told him what I was up to and what I've got planning for the next 12 months and stuff, he's like, oh, it's time somebody brought some new blood into the town. I said, well, I tried to do my best every year. And I'm not going to lie, we've had some shows, Bollico shows. But you don't know till you tried them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I say we've done it, and we when I haven't done well on it, we've learned from it. We said, okay, fair enough. We don't do that type of thing again. And I say it's like I was the first person to bring a Green Day tribute to Barra.
Oh yeah.
They'd never played Barra before, and it's like this is where we're up to in this day and age. If you don't take a risk, you don't make no money because people don't want to come along and watch the same BS they're watching 2 weeks previous. At least I don't anyway, and I wouldn't personally pay money to go and do that.
No.
But we say we've got some cracking acts going on this year,
We do.
and
Absolutely.
I'm just, and it's like ridiculous. I've got a few that I'm going to be just divulging this evening, and others that we're going to be keeping quiet because obviously we want to blow the lid off them when it happens. But I've got a meeting next week, I think it is, with the biggest venue in the town. And I've got to look at the biggest venue in the town just because of the name of the person that I'm looking at bringing. Because to be fair, 99's done well for us over the years, but this act is literally so big that I can't. No, 99's not big enough. That's the plain and simple of the fact that it is not big enough. No matter how much I want it to be, it is not big enough for this act. So I've got to go talk to them next week. I've got a meeting with the council next week over the community garden. They say they now want in on it because I think they've realised that I'm not going to go away, and they can either work with me or work against me. But either way, they're going to have to put up with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we say we've got some amazing names. So yeah, let's run through the running order as it stands at the moment. We've got Luke Coombs.
Yeah.
We've got Shania Twain. We've got a Dolly Parton. That's just one event. So you've got 3 of the biggest names in country
Right.
doing shows in the town. Right, so that's one event. Right. You've then got, on the flip side of all that, you've then got the ladies' night. Now again, this one is one that is for the ladies literally do not want to miss this one if they've got any brains. Because it's not just a lady night. Anybody can put a lady night on it. They need a book a stripper and just go ahead and do it. But this isn't just a lady night. This is an amazing stage show. And I think that's what people don't really, haven't really grasped about this. This isn't just a standard guys turning up and, stripping. This is an actual stage show with performers
It's a
that are coming
stage
in
show.
from all over. And
Like,
it's
they are gonna put on a show.
oh yeah, and it's gonna be. It said this shows going to be amazing. And I don't say that. Oh yeah, it's going to be. No, it's actually going to be amazing. The reason it's going to be amazing is because the
You might have a
people that are
secret.
behind it have said themselves that they've done this show up and down the country, and every single time they've done it, they've sold out.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. They've sold it out because obviously they're damn good at what they do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And this is, as I say, part of the reason that I'm bringing them into the town because me and Anne talked about it and stuff, and I thought, well, as I say, we've done, just so people know, we've done ladies' nights, and I'm not knocking them; they're very, very good shows and all that.
Yeah.
But any muppet can put a ladies' night on. These are they literally, a 3-year-old could put a ladies' night on. You ring up, you book a couple of strippers and a drag queen, and that's it. And you sit back and watch them do the job. It literally isn't difficult to do. But this is just a ladies' night. You know, it isn't just a late night. They've got the performers are acrobats and everything, and you know, straight male here, by the way. Just people in quite, you know, contemplate. I'm getting all excited over strippers. No, I'm not. But you know, I'm not getting it out there before
It seems
anybody
to me
else
you're getting
does.
a little bit,
You know, but
a little bit too, excited for this.
getting excited, yeah, getting a bit excited there, but no. It's a the reason that I'm getting excited with all this is because of you know, this actual performance thing, because
Yeah.
they're actually bloody
It's
good, if
because
I'm
we
honest.
know with the basically we know because of the acts that we have got great reputations with their own
Yeah,
shows outside of the town, and they're selling out everywhere they go.
yeah,
Like
they're absolutely
like
making a killing everywhere they go.
they sell out. Like they could go to a quite a big sized venue in a city and they sell out quite quickly and
Yeah,
quite comfortably
they
and
wouldn't
easily.
even bat an eyelid about doing it as well,
And so that's
because they
why
literally are
we
that
are
good.
like, if you guys and or ladies don't like it,
You know, then you know you need to open your gob and say so, because I don't think it's like that. Cloud9 used to get the bingo in all the time, Gorilla Bingo, something like that it was. And again, everybody loved it, you
yeah,
know. But the Cloud9 took the risk of bringing them into town to see if it'd work, and it did.
yeah.
You know,
Like they
and I
didn't
say,
expect it. They weren't well.
a
They
lot of
weren't.
people are saying it won't
They
work and
didn't
all
know
that sort
how
of stuff.
well it was going to work. They thought that, what, this could do well, but then it absolutely blew them out the water because it did
You
so
know, and
well.
as I said, I think that's what this town needs. To be fair, it needs more risk takers.
Oh, 100%,
You
one
know, because
hundred
if you don't,
percent.
you know, and as I say, on the flip side of that, you've also got yeah, we've got, as I say, we've got this lane down, and this lane down, just so people know, they are not just standard strippers, they are acrobats. Um, the drag queen they've got is hilarious, I'm not going to lie, she is. But these are proper, like, London type events.
That
Same with
these are acts that perform all across the nation and
yeah.
are very, very, very sought after from different big venues, and
Oh, yeah.
they've got genuine like followings that are just whenever they come,
Out of
they
this
come
world.
to town, that that it's going to there's going to be some good fun.
Oh,
Like
yeah, it's a say. We've, you know, again, just to clarify for everybody, it's not my cup, you know, I'm not in that way inclined. But you know, we've been and seen them. You know, Anne-Marie's, you know, been and seen them and stuff, and it was a bloody good show. It was a laugh and joke as well, which obviously helps. That's
Mhm.
the whole point of an event, is to have a bit of a laugh and a joke. But you
Absolutely.
know, the whole show was just out of the world, because it was like constant bang, 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 bang with the axe. Yeah, I mean, they went
Oh, I
above
bet
and
it was.
beyond to have a good night. Um, I think that's, again, I'll say it again, you know, this is part of the problem with the town. You know, nobody's prepared to take that risk and say, you
No,
know, let's give it a go and see what
I
happens.
think that is a big issue with the town because I think everyone, like, as we had this we had this talk last year. It was like last time we spoke about was last year, and
Yeah,
it was everybody now has gotten far too comfortable doing the same old stuff
exactly.
because it's
And that's exactly,
easy.
yeah.
It's so easy, but now they're realizing that they're buggered because they are losing those regular customers, those
Well, it's
regular,
like, it's
those
something,
regular, attendees. Because guess what? It's gotten stale. They're getting bored, so they're gonna go either elsewhere or they're gonna either stay at home because they're gonna go.
it's like I got
We've
asked.
just seen this act about 2 3 months ago. Like, why would we want to see him again that soon after? Like, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, well, it's like, as I said, if, to give you an idea, this is how ridiculous it's got, to be fair.
Yeah.
Um, it was actually somebody said to me about it. It says, why would you pay You know, again, and this is a point I'll reword that actually. There's a point that was made to me a while back, and that is, if you sell, and again, I'm going to use this as an example, right? I sell, I don't know, tomatoes, and I have the same people coming in, week out buying tomatoes, but I don't do anything but tomatoes. And that's fine and good. But the people that I'm selling to every week that come in and buying the same tomatoes, the same little old lady and stuff, sooner or later, I'm going to say, well, we're sick of tomatoes, we don't want tomatoes anymore, right?
You-
And at that point, what do? Because you've not invested any money to bring in
No,
people that like other stuff like apples and pears and bananas and stuff. So you can't turn around and say, "Oh,
say you've
my
just been
business isn't
getting
working."
watermelon. Now, watermelon's all good and fine, but if you're constantly just only getting watermelon, people gonna get bored of it eventually.
And it's the same thing with entertainment. A lot of people don't realise that. You can put the same act on week in, week out, month in, month out, and you will make money. You know,
You'll
short
make
term,
you'll
you
you'll
will.
make some money, but then eventually, as it goes further on, it will lessen and lessen
Yeah.
and lessen and lessen. And then it'll come to a point where you're barely breaking even or barely earning a profit, if you're even earning the profit. And that's when you need to look at it going, why is that? And it's because everybody else is getting bored, it's getting stale. You're gonna have to try and do something new. You're gonna have to try something else. You're gonna have to look elsewhere. Maybe try outside of the town or outside of the local area, because a lot of the acts that have been in the local area have been seen here in Barrow at several of the venues that we do have here many, 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 many times.
Well, it's like everybody raves about Andy Whitby. Now, me personally,
See, the
yeah,
thing
he's
is,
okay
I
DJ.
don't
I
mind
won't
Andy
say he's
Whitney, but
anything.
I
I
do
won't
think
say he's
he is
anything
overhyped.
special.
I'm going to be honest.
You know, I'll
That's
be
me.
honest with
That's
you.
me
You know,
being honest. I
I
do think
said
he's
this to him.
overhyped a little bit. But he's still amazing at what he does. But for me, I go, mm,
No,
hello, Dan's here.
oh, that the man let me down. Hello, mate. But no, I said this before, right?
He's back
You
from the
book Andy Whitby
garden.
every yeah, back to the golden, yeah,
He's back
no.
from the garden.
But no, this is how ridiculous it is, right? Andy Whitby came to Barry, play Cloud9, you know. That one said, you know, a lot of
Hmm.
people raved on him. Yeah, that's fine, I understand it.
Yeah,
But it was the same crowd that went to the rugby when he played the rugby. It was the
yeah.
same crowd that
It's the
went to the
same
other
lot.
venues when he played the other venues. You know, there wasn't many, we will say, new faces.
No.
Yeah. Now just so people know my background, like I say, everybody knows it anyway, so I might as well say it anyway. I've had I've been the booking agent for many clubs up and down the country.
Hmm.
And I've worked at many clubs up and down the country. Um, you know, and I've booked all types of acts, everything from magicians to hypnotists to
Oh, best believe
clairvoyants to
you
everything
lot
else.
best way of what we've got coming up next year.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crackers. But you know, we literally have I've booked for all different types of venues, all different types of acts and stuff.
Dan, I'm not sure if you actually like Dan would lose his mind if I told him who we got coming next year.
Well, that's it, message him and tell him quietly. That'll not really upset him. But no, basically, it's you know, and the thing is, I've said this from day one. I sat down with Anne Marie when we started like doing fundraisers for the rescue and stuff,
Right, I'm gonna
and I
end
said
this
the
one
one thing I
quickly
don't
and
want to
then send you
do,
a new one.
yeah, I said the one thing I don't want to do is put the same acts on that everybody
Yeah.
else is putting on
So
because
I'm gonna end
yes,
this Zoom
go
quickly
on,
and then
end that one and send me a new one.
yeah. Won't be a moment. It'll just be like a display. You know, not very good England. Not very good England. Celebrate. But yes, uh, Dan, if you're still watching, you won't believe who we've got coming next year. Because if I tell, but if you'd like to know, let me know. Reach out to me privately, and I will let you know who we got coming next year. It's confirmed. Well, it's been confirmed for both parties.
Hello, Anne Marie's making her own jokes in the background here, so but I can't say what it was. I'll send you a message and tell you.
Right. Okay.
One
But like I said,
second.
Dad, if you're still with us, if you want to know who we got coming next year, just let me know, because it's massive. He's just sent me the message. He's got spill beans. I'm just gonna send him to. I'm just gonna send him
Yeah, that's
the name.
fine.
I'm just gonna send him the name.
We'll let him carry on while he does that. But yeah, um, but yeah, as I say, the one thing I've always said when me and Anne sat down and done this, a lot of people think, "Oh, I'm just
Combine
playing
about
at it."
three
I'm not
words in
playing. I
one
don't
there,
play
Ed.
anything.
In the message that you sent me, it looked like you've just tried to combine three words in one.
Hang on, then which one? Let me go for this.
Yeah, the one that you just recently sent me.
Yeah. Which words do you have? Is it the first, second, third, fourth, fifth,
Like
sixth,
if you read it,
seventh?
it looks. If
Yeah.
you read
When
it,
I said somebody was having an Indian, Anne said,
and it's the last part. It's the last part of it that's a bit all muddled up. I don't know. Right, that's what you were trying to get at. For fuck's sake. You all right there, Dan? You all right? Is he having a heart
keep me
attack?
busy,
Somebody's
but
having a stroke?
he's gone. He fell off his
Shut the
stair, I
front
think.
door. No, seriously. I've
Yeah.
received the emails, etc. So like, I mean, from Ed, like Ed sent me the emails and stuff like that. Yeah, they're coming next year. Confirmed. They
I'm
are
like,
officially
you
coming next
know,
year. All it is us organising the date and the venue, I believe, is it?
yeah. Well, I've got a meeting next week with a venue, and I've got to. They're gonna have a chat with me about what they want out of it, and as long as we can
Oh
come to
yeah,
an agreement on
because
what
nobody
we both
probably
want out of
knows
it.
yet, do they? That we may not know about. Because what about venues? So people are probably wondering what we're getting at.
Yeah, basically, the venue is we normally use, so everybody knows Cloud9. Cloud9
Mhm.
have done us well over the years and have been very nice to us and very helpful to us. We appreciate Sarah and Simon for that. But because of the type of names we're getting in now, we've had to take a serious think about whether we stay there or we take a risk and go to a bigger venue. And this, for example, and a lot of people notice this, we've got a ladies' night coming now. Normally we would do them at Cloud9, but we're not doing them at Cloud9 this year because
It's
the date
elsewhere.
we wanted, they're already booked.
Yeah.
So, after a long discussion with, everybody concerned, not just the venue, but us as well, and the
Yeah.
actual show, we thought it would be, rather than lose the show, we'll reach out to a couple of other venues in the town. We reached out to one and, they said, look, we'd love to have you. So I'm
Hmm.
like, yep, that's great, not a problem. So that's basically what happened. So
So,
that's basically where we're up to. So
but Dan, you okay, Dan?
I think Dan's fell off his chair again.
I think Dan's having a freaking stroke.
But yeah, so just people know, I'm currently in talks with, I might as well get out there anyway. And when I mean currently in talks, I'm basically just arguing over money and dates now, to be fair. That's what I mean by in talks. Up until that point, I'm not in. When we're doing the first initial discussions, as in, A, do you want to come up to Barrow? B, do you want to do an event for us? That's not talks to me. That's just general
No, that's just
discussions
general
that I have.
negotiation.
Yeah, when I'm in talks, when I say I'm in talks, it's basically everything's been agreed apart from we're
Yes,
arguing over the
when
money
we're
and the
full in
add-ons.
talks is when everything's getting filed out, basically.
Everything's finally agreed. We're just arguing over little bits. Like
Yeah,
for example, one act I've got coming wants a
we're
limo
just
bringing some
organising the final details.
basically. So it's like one act that I've got coming next year. Obviously subject to the talks going well. Wants me to fork out for a limo. Now I do know that another organisation in the town laid a limo on for I think it was the Venga Boys and had real problems with them. Or
Hmm.
with them. I don't know what it is. If it's the Venga Boys had problem, or it was
I
the
think you've already said this to me.
or it was the limo company. I don't know, but anyway, they had nothing but headaches with it. And I said to Anne Marie, then I ain't playing that game. At the end of the day, if they want a limo, well, that's fine, but they pay for the damn thing and book it themselves. It's
Well,
that
yeah.
simple, basically.
If
You
you
know
want,
what I mean?
if you want the limo, get it. Organise that yourselves.
Yeah, that's what you've got agents and managers for. Get on with
Yeah,
it.
that's what you've got your
Uh,
team to organise for.
Yeah, and if they can't organise that, then you've got the wrong team. But no, you know.
Hello,
But
Nick. How we doing?
hello, Nick.
I
Oh
hope
yeah,
you
but
do,
yeah,
hope you're doing well.
we've got. I'm currently in talks. I say I just want to clarify that point. When I say I'm in talks,
Could somebody
we've
please
agreed.
go check up on Dan? I think you make me having a heart attack.
I think he's dead. I think he fell off
Do
his.
you
Fell off his
think
thing.
he's dead?
So, but no, just so people know. When and again, I want to clarify this.
I'm doing well, Nick. I'm doing well. Hope you. Yeah, I'm
No, I
glad
just,
that you. I'm glad that you're all right. But yeah, Jesus Christ. It's it's a Barbie party. We're having a Barbie party.
oh. But yeah, no, I'm just
It's
gonna. I say
chaotic. It's
I want. I
crazy.
want to clarify this. I want to clarify this because say a lot of people could message me after
Still
the show.
here.
So, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by that? So, I want to clarify. When I say I'm in talks, it means we've provisionally agreed on the price.
Yeah.
We're just trying to sort out now specific dates and their requirements. Because, give you
Like
an
I said,
example for
the
Chubby.
final details are just being negotiated. The
Yeah. Well,
finer
it's like for Chubby.
details are being finalized. That's basically
Yeah. Well,
the
yeah. Well,
gist
it's
of it.
like I don't mind putting it out there for this. Right. When we had Chubby, um, which obviously
Like
everybody knows
it
we
wasn't. We weren't
brought Chubby
originally in
back to
talks with
town.
Chubby. We had contact with Chubby, and we'd
Yeah.
have constant contact
Yeah.
with
We was
Chubby and
talking to
his
him for
team.
years.
And then when it came to negotiating to see if we could get a deal done, there was bit of 50-50. Then we then got into the talks of it
Yeah.
all
And you know what the
because
talks in? Do you know what the
Chubby and his
talks
team
involved?
agreed. So the negotiations
Yeah.
began for the the
And then we was
finer details.
finer details. Yeah. And all the talks were, to be blunt, is who was going to company's beer when he got here. And he needed change of facility and a few other little bits and bobs. Stuff that really, for me, wasn't a major problem because
Yeah.
I was going to do that anyway without him ever saying it. So,
Well, Dan's still saying
um,
that, but he's still here, and we're all here
but
together.
that's all right. I'm gonna drop the bombshell in a minute. But yeah, so basically, I say when I'm in
Oh,
talks, I'm in talks.
which bombshell? Because we've got a lot.
Well, I'm gonna drop this bombshell so everybody knows. I currently have been in talks last week and this week. And I've reached out to them and had a response from them with two three actually major DJs.
Right.
One of them you will know as Axmore. I've spoken to them. I've had a message back from them, and they said, "Yeah, they're well up for doing something." And the other one, where's the other one gone? I'm trying to find him on my paperwork now. There's obviously everybody knows we're talking to scooters people about getting them to come to the town. And again, that's progressing nicely. I'm quite happy with that. But where's the other one gone? Oh, Base. Where's it gone? Where's he gone? Let me find him again.
Did you just say base?
I'll tell you now. Yeah, Base Hunter.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you forgot about that one, didn't you?
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, you forgot about that one.
Pretty green
But the big headache,
eyes.
that's the one. But yeah, that's the
I
one
see the
I'm talking
sparkle
about. So they're the
in
two.
your eyes.
And if I can get them, we're going to get both on the same day playing together.
Who's that?
Base Hunter and Exmo
Oh yeah, the one that
on
you
the
sent me
same
today.
bill.
The one that you pretty
Yeah,
much said that was
on the same bill.
that would be absolutely banging.
Oh yeah, I've just got to
That'd be
get
a
the
great night. That'd be a
yeah.
fantastic event.
I've got a meeting next week over the venues and stuff, and I'm gonna go chat with
Huh.
them. And I say, I thoroughly encourage anybody to reach out to Cloud9 if they want to do an event. I thoroughly encourage everybody to reach out to Cloud9 to want to do an event because it's a great venue. It's just unfortunately when these two lot come into town, it's either gonna have to go to Cloud9, which means it's
Ultra
gonna be
Beat
about
did
100
Pretty
quid a
Green Eyes,
ticket.
mate. Not bit. I'm sure it was based on it.
Who's that? Ultra Beat? Who said
Ultra
Ultra
Beat.
Beat? I ain't got Ultra Beat.
No, he said that Ultra Beat did Pretty Green Eyes, mate. I'm
Oh, right,
sure.
okay. I'll tell you what they've
I'm
done.
sure it's based on it.
I'll tell you now. Let me go to my little box and let me have a look in my little box on my computer, and I'll tell you what it is.
Did I get them confused? It wouldn't surprise me because
That's Hunter. It is. Based
based
on
on.
it did. Now you've gone. Angels in the Night.
Just type
All I
in
ever wanted.
who made Pretty
Based
Green
on it
Eyes.
did. Now you're at Pretty Green Eyes.
Yeah, Ultra Beat.
Pretty
Why did I always used to
Green.
think it was based on
Ultra Beat. Ultra Beat did Pretty
it
Green
was
Eyes.
Ultra Beat. Why was that? Why did I
Yeah.
always think it? Probably because I used to listen to more of I
Let's
used
see
to
what
listen
this
to
one is.
Bass
See
Hunter
if
a
you.
lot growing up, so I must have thought that it was just Bass Hunter.
I'll send you what. I'll send you Base Hunter now, so you've got you know what I'm talking about.
Oh no! I know exactly what you're going on about.
There he is. So what do you want?
Do all I ever wanted was to see you smiling. All I ever wanted was you and me. But yeah, for some reason I always thought it was based on you did Pretty Green Eyes because I used to listen to them all the time. Um, they were all out around the same time. Yeah, it's easy to confuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if I probably heard any other Ultra Beat song, I would have said, "Oh, that's Ultra Beat." But it's Pretty Green Eyes. For some reason, I always thought it was based on that. Um,
Obviously, you'll have interviews to do with that lot when we get all finally sorted and
that's
done and
that's
dusted.
that's absolutely ridiculous that you've just said that you'll be sorting out the interviews for that. I'm like, okay then.
Yeah, no, I've got so much on it over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be pretty crackers, if I'm honest.
Well, like I said, I will be having an interview with our Luke Coombs tribute.
Yeah, he's a great guy, actually. I must admit, he's actually sound.
Yeah, he seems
Uh,
like a really lovely fella. Like
yeah,
originally, he said that he could try for Tuesday, but I basically replied back to him as we're all in a group chat. We are.
yeah.
For
Well, to be
for
fair, he
that.
was trying to reach out. The young lass from the mail who does us proud every time she does a story for us.
Yeah,
Um, one second.
Catherine.
Um, and yeah, basically, the last of the mail who does us proud every time she does a story for us.
Is
I
it
must
Catherine?
admit. It is, yeah. I must admit, Catherine's quite good because she gives a balanced story, and I think
Yes.
that's missing a lot today in this day and age. Um, um, yeah, it's crackers because, as I say, everybody keeps ringing me up saying, what's this, what's that, what's the other, etc. And I'm like, I'll, look at what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yes, we're doing this, and this is what a lot of people don't realise. Because I got accused of I'm only playing at this. That's what somebody said to me a couple of weeks ago.
Ah,
When you do
I
your
know
events, you're
exactly who
only
you're going
playing.
on about.
Right? And I'm like, okay, that's what you think, that's fine. But, just to
Uh-huh.
clarify, I used to do this for a living. I don't play at anything. Yes, I try different acts and
It's
stuff,
the
but
funny
not
thing is
because I
because I know
want to.
exactly who you're talking about.
Because I don't play it because I want to, as in I get different acts in.
Because when
I would
Ed
quite
reached out and told
happily,
me this, I was like, "Excuse me."
no, I would quite happily turn around and put country on every night, and have an amazing night of it. But how can I put this nicely? I'm not the only one there. And I've said, yes, I've got good taste in music before she says anything. I heard her mumbling under her breath that nobody had turned up in this country. Yeah, I heard that. Go on.
What's that?
Yeah, and she'd also kill me for the country every week. But,
Yeah, like I said,
but yeah, so
the Luke Coombs tribute did state that he would try, it's something about Tuesday for the interview, and I think he said he was going to be he was like busy or something, and so that's when I went. I just simply replied back to him. I went, I'd prefer you not to, be stressing out and rushing around, etc. I'd rather have, you on when you are completely, and utterly free for at least like an hour, not having you, stressing or anything. Uh, and I just simply, just simply get you when you are best available. You've got no worries, you've got no stress. You can simply come on for like what 30 minutes to maybe 45 minutes. I just have basically asking some questions, and that's it. But I like to try and keep my interviews as short, quick, and easy as I can. But sometimes interviews last longer than you expect them to.
But
But
yeah,
yeah, eh?
but yeah, no, that's it. This is the whole point. Um, that's it. When people say to me, "Oh, you're only playing if you're doing this," I have no problem if that's their opinion. Everybody entitled to their opinion. You know, some people think I'm mental. Some people think I'm a lot worse that I can't read or things like this. Some people love me. It all depends on how that individual thinks you. But one thing I can
Jesus
clarify
Christ,
is
Ed.
I'm not playing at doing this. What I'm doing is I'm finding out a nice little medium for everybody to come and enjoy a good
They
night
were
out,
all
and
out.
also.
Oh no, yeah, that was a little message. Sorry, I'm away
No,
with
it's all right. You're
fairies.
catching up like I do. It's all right. You're catching up. I do
Like I
that.
said, it's been like a month or so since we've been on the show, so it's gonna take us a little bit to kind of get back into the swing of things. Uh, we love you, Ed.
Tell me what? Tell me what?
We love you, Ed. That's what Dan's
Oh,
talking.
everybody loves me when they find out who I've got coming. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, you're still not getting no free tickets.
depends. It depends.
Yeah, I'll be throwing a couple away for a comp anyway. I always do that, to be fair.
If it's
Um,
if it's warranted, if it's
yeah.
earned, then yes, absolutely. You get a free ticket. If it's
Oh yeah.
earned, if it's earned and warranted. But if you just think that you're just gonna get it for free just because you're a friend of mine, you're a friend of Ed's, or you're an acquaintance of somebody that's a part of the charity,
Yeah, it doesn't happen, to be
no,
fair.
like no, there's
This
no
year,
freebies unless it's earned and warranted. Then yeah, but we'll look out for you. We'll be like, thank you for everything you have done and stuff like that. Like that's what you'll get because you've earned it, you've
yeah.
deserved it.
Yeah.
But don't I hate like there's a certain someone that likes to try and beg Ed and
Oh
sometimes
yeah.
myself every single day near enough about getting free tickets to our events, and I'm like, and I keep telling Ed, tell him to piss off. Like I said,
Well,
just
it's like
tell
to
him
give you an
about it.
idea of the clarity. Put it this way, like, to give you an idea of the clarity of the acts I'm bringing in, as you just popped up, we've got a 90s Fest weekend this year, and it is in Summit Valley Bowl, Sheffield, right?
Sheffield.
It's in Sheffield, right? Now, I'll tell you what the price of their tickets is.
Every
Now,
stream
I'm not going to
is
lie,
it
you got
the
to
one
remember this,
I think you're talking about? Yes.
right? I'm not going to turn the ticket for this entry, right? Are you ready for this?
What?
Now, I'll admit this is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's quite a few acts on this, I'm not going to lie, yeah? But you got
Jesus
Venga
Christ.
Boys, Alice DJ, Bass Hunter, Darren Styles, Roger Sanchez, DJ
Where's this?
Sammy,
Where's this
DJ
at? Is
Flash.
this in Sheffield?
This is Sheffield, right? There's quite a few on that, and it's a pretty good lineup to be fair.
Yeah.
But they're charging, are you ready? For the weekend standard ticket,
It's gonna be over.
it's
It's gonna
60
it's gonna
quid.
be over. Gone about 500 quid.
No. Weekend standard ticket, 60 quid a person.
That's not bad.
Weekend queue jumping, 65 quid a person.
It's not bad either.
Extremely low ticket running, weekend VIP tickets, and 70 quid.
Really?
Weekend super VIP, 75 quid. Plus, then you've got your booking fee on top of that,
That's sensational.
right? For one day, 44 quid,
Yeah,
47 quid, 49 quid, or 52 quid for a Saturday VIP. On the Sunday, it's
oh my
basically
god,
the same
Ed, these prices,
prices.
those prices are sensational.
Yeah, like I say, it's a bloody good.
Look at the
You know,
names that have been mentioned there, like Base Hunter and all them lot, like for the event.
you know,
That they are amazing event, amazing prices.
And this is what we're going to be bringing to Barrow in the near future, because I'm going to do an event like this, which is
Well, like the
it'll
thing
be a
is though, I
1 day
think you're
event,
on about
not a
doing
full
that in
weekend.
26, aren't you?
I am yet, but at the end of the day, I've got to build a working relationship between us and the venue that we go to, because obviously that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
But if everything works out the way that my paperwork, my head and my experience
It's
themselves says it
cost
will.
me 95 quid for Limp Biscuit in March, standing 8 for my hotel. Oh,
I
I
say
haven't
95
even
quid
got
going to Limp
excuse
Bizkit.
me, I haven't even got a trade ticket yet. Lol, them prices was, yeah, those are very good prices. I'm gonna be honest.
Well,
So
look at
whereabouts is it? Whereabouts
this
is
is in
the
Sheffield.
concert for Limp Bizkit? Whereabouts is it?
Oh, I don't know where that one is. Go on, yeah.
Because that 95 quid uh for the ticket, that's very impressive. And 80 quid for the hotel's very, very good as well.
Yeah.
Manchester. That's actually really good prices for Manchester.
It is if you can get accommodation at the right price.
Well, yeah, he's got it.
Otherwise, you're coming all the way back from the night out.
Well,
And
he's got it.
it's like
He's got
Tom
the
was
hotel.
telling
He's got
me,
the hotel standing 80 quid.
oh, that's not so bad then.
That's why I say
Yeah, he's done
that's
all right with that. Yeah.
sensational. That
Yeah.
because normally hotels will cost you over hundreds of quid, especially if it's just you and your own.
Yeah.
Like you'd be looking at like maybe 150 to 200 quid
Yeah.
usually. But he said it's for one. If it's just for one night, then yeah, 80 quid sensational. And still, 95 quid for a ticket. Is it a little bit pricey? Yeah, but it's actually a really, really good price. Considering it's Limp Bizkit, and Limp Bizkit are, big
Yeah,
name.
personally not my cup of tea, but yeah, I can
Yeah,
understand
it's
people
not
want to take
my cup of
more
tea
money.
either, but that it's a really good price offer for a
Oh
ticket.
yeah.
You won't find many concerts will have
I
under
watched
100 quid for a ticket.
I watched a program a couple of months ago. I think it was just before Christmas. They were all the major festivals like the Glastonbury and all the rest. Were all
Yeah,
bitching and moaning about the people not supporting them as much as they were and all this
and
stuff.
the reason why
And
that
I'm like,
is because a lot of the times that when it comes to like the headline acts, there's no stars anymore.
it's not even that. Some of the people are
There isn't.
bringing it. It's like last year.
When was the last time we truly had a true star? Michael Jackson,
Exactly.
Prince, etc.
Yeah.
They were the
Yeah. I'm not
last
going to do my Michael
stars that we
Jackson
had.
jokes. Though.
Like, and live music has been dying off a little bit. I'm not going to sit here and lie.
Mm,
It has been a little bit.
oh yeah.
Um,
But it's been part
especially
of the part of
especially
the
with these
problem is.
festivals because most of these artists they do ask for a a big sum of money. They do. A lot of them do because they're going to be performing at a big stage, especially if you're talking about Glastonbury and Leeds and Reading Festival and stuff like that. You're talking about big chunks of money that they're going to be
But,
asking for to headline these
but
events.
the thing
Or
is,
these
this is what.
festivals.
Yeah, but what gets me with all this, right? And put this out here because I do have this argument with other people. Is they do bring the big names to the last of it and all the rest. I'm not saying they don't, but my
Well,
problem with that is,
Glastonbury is like the biggest one I would say that's the most definitely in the UK. I think it's
it's
up
like
there
Kendall.
in the top
I,
10 in
I'll
Europe.
I'll say it, and I'll probably get grief for it as well, but I'll say it again. Kendall Calling and Kent this year, you had a sodding comedian on the bleeding bill.
Yeah, don't even get me started
I'm
because
like, hello, it's a comedic festival.
they got big backlash off last year, and they got big backlash again. I'm like, when are you lot gonna learn? Stop bringing in comedians and football pundits to these. Nobody gives a toss.
Well, even if you do,
Why
it's
do
not.
why
It's
do
a
people
music
want to meet
festival.
Gary freaking Neville?
Hmm.
Why do they want to
Well,
meet
I ask
Gary?
that question
Most
quite a lot.
people can't stand Gary Neville. Most people can't stand more
Well,
football pundits. Not everybody's a football fan. Why are you bringing a football pundit to a music event, a music festival, and then you got comedians there? Why? What's they got to do with music? What's they got to do about music? Nothing. It's a little bit more understandable if they say they got a chubby, etc. Or a Lee Evans who
yeah,
do,
no, it's like me.
like,
It's like me.
they put music in their stand-up routines and whatnot. And I'm like, But why are you going
What
and
gets
getting
me?
Paul Smith and whatnot just because he's hip in the now? I'm like, why are you going and getting him? He's got
Why
nothing
pay
to
the
do with
money for him?
music.
That's my point. Why pay? It's like me turning around booking Chubby and deciding I'm going to put I don't know, Green Day on at the same night. You know, to me it doesn't make any sense because the people that come and
Yeah,
watch
no,
Green Day won't care
it is.
about Chubby.
I'm like,
The people that come and watch
why
Chubby
are you
won't care
going
about
after
Green
these
Day.
comedians? Why? Is it because that you've
Yeah, it
already
makes
broke
no
the
sense to
bank
me.
or something? Like, what is it? Like, I
I
don't
think
understand
the
it. Like,
problem that I see with it all is quite simple. It's this: there is too many major names. I'm going to say it again. A lot of people don't like me for it, and a lot of people do like me for it because I say it as I see it. There's a lot of major names out there that are overpriced, and when you go to them for a festival, for a charity do, or whatever,
you're going to get that with
and
the
I
bigger names of
regularly,
the industry today.
I regularly tell major celebrities that I'm talking to, that a phone busted and bang it on the table that I'm talking to. And they're like, well, what's the problem? Well, I'm sure you said such and such. Well, I did. Well, yeah, the phone busted again. I didn't know I was talking to Elvis. You know what I mean? And this is the point with me. I won't pay for the person's name. If I know worth what they're asking, I'll pay for it. But if I
Yeah.
don't, I'm also quite happy, and I have been regularly told them that I think they're overpricing themselves. Because some of the agents I've dealt with, it's like I had a conversation about bringing, oh, guys, what was his name? Hang on a minute, let me find his name on got me little book.
Well,
Let me
like I said,
find it.
like you go
Here
and
we go.
look at the
I
big
got
names of the
quoted.
industry today. They're going to request an astronomical amount of money
Oh yeah,
for
right.
some
Jim Davidson.
because they
What
think
would
that
you pay Jim
the name
Davidson?
is that big that it requires such an amount. And I'm like, not always.
This is quotes I've had. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
Jim Davidson, again, good comedian, for a 20-minute spot. 20 minutes, no more. Yep.
Yeah,
His agent quoted me 10 grand.
yeah. That's when I'd go. You get in the bin. If 20 minutes, you get
And
in the bin.
at that point I said, mate, you need to change your job, put a mask on. Then why is it because you're robbing people if that's what they're paying? Right? I then
Or
reached
say
out to
put
John Bishop's agent.
a red nose and you know.
Yeah, because you're definitely a clown, yeah.
Because you're
I reached
definitely
out to
acting like a clown. I'm like 10 grand for 20
John
minutes.
Bishop.
Go away. Like,
John Bishop's agent, yeah. John Bishop's agent. Yeah, everybody knows who John Bishop is. He was on
yeah, of course.
Children Need and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
His agent wanted 15 grand
What
for
for?
a
How long
30-minute
for though?
spot.
How long for?
30-minute spot.
Get in the bin. Get in the
And I
bin.
said,
John
again,
Bishop hasn't been that hip in the industry for a while. Like he hasn't.
you
Like
know,
John Bishop barely tours nowadays.
if you look at this is the thing I looked at, I'm not going to lie, because this is what I do, so people know my work. When somebody comes to me back with an amount of money like that, the first thing I do is I look at the previous venues they've done, right? And he's
Ed
sold
does his
out up and down the
research, by the
country
way.
and whatnot. Oh yeah, I'm a bugger for that.
Ed
And
does his research.
I've been up and down he's been up and down the country doing sellout shows left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
But then I've looked at the ticket price, and then you've got a venue that holds 1,000 people. It's like 50, 60 quid a ticket.
Yeah.
So just off the top of it, actually, I'm going to do that now while I'm online. Calculate. Here we go. You've got 2,000 capacity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say 50 quid a ticket. There'll
Yeah.
be some cheap, there'll be some deal, but say 50 quid a ticket, right?
Mhm.
Are you ready for this? For a 2,000 capacity event, he's making 100,000 quid. Now, okay, giving the benefit of the doubt, you can take away 20,000 of that.
Yeah.
Yep. Because that'll be like his lighting shows, sound, and all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah. So he's
He's
still
still
getting at
losing
least 70, 80 grand
80.
profit.
Yeah, and then on top of that, his agent's coming in and taking their cut. But that's still a huge amount of money for one show.
No,
And if you do
that's an
that
amazing amount of money
over the course of
a
like
year.
yeah, well, yeah, over a
A
6 month
year.
period
Say you
when
do
you
it
do a road show,
throughout the year, and
right?
that is your rough estimated amount is £100,000 per show.
Yeah, let's do it again, right? Let's just do it for
If
the
not, you
benefit
might
of
get a little bit more or a little bit less on certain nights and certain shows.
yeah,
You're looking at close to around seven, if not even close to maybe 8 digits.
we'll call it 60 grand, right, for the sake of a show, yeah, right? It's just a benefit. say 60 grand. Okay. So that's 60
As
grand,
if 40 minutes has gone up already, Ed.
right? 60 grand for a full show. Okay. 2,000 people, right?
Yeah.
Times that by what you say, 3 shows a week, for example. Say Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or say Friday, Saturday, 2 shows a week,
Yeah.
right?
200
Times
grand
that
at
again
least.
by 4 shows a month. So that's 4, 8, 4, 8, 12, 28 shows. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, say it's 24 shows, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go
24.
28 for sake of compensation, right?
Yeah.
3.360 is what he's making. That's 300, no, 3, let's go now, 120 times
It'd
28.
be in the millions, Ed.
It is. It's 3.360, just people know,
Yeah,
right?
so that'll be
Now, my point is,
3.3 million.
yeah, right now, all right, again, just to clarify, everybody knows out of that's got to come with lighting shows, his hotels, all
So
that sort of stuff.
you
So,
you would take at least about roughly 10% of that to
yeah.
put either 10 or 20%. 20% at the
Now,
most.
I understand. I understand everybody's in it for making money. That's the whole point
Of
of doing
course,
these
like yeah, of
shows.
course, that's what we a
Yeah.
lot of these people do.
But when you're
They
working
do it
with,
to
when
earn
you're
money.
working, but it's like, again, and a lot of people forget about this. I don't because I've got a long memory. Terry
Hmm.
Wogan, for years, used to turn round and do Children in Need.
Hmm.
That used to present it. He was presenting it for years. And NBC, how wonderful it was, how fantastic it was. And then it came out. The reason he was so wonderful and fantastic is they were paying him.
Yeah.
And the minute he said to him, look, we're not going to pay you anymore because there's an outcry about it, obviously,
Hmm.
he jacked it in and stopped doing it.
And that's when you just sort
You
of
know,
like, well, was he really such a as,
yeah, such a nice
as
person that wanted to
such
support
such
that
a nice
charity.
person because he was getting paid to do what he was, essentially for charity. And then as soon as he learned that he was no longer going to be paid to do it,
He dumped it and left.
he went sayonara, like he buggered off. He went, no, sayonara. I'm like, huh? But I can't stand it when people do that. Like, oh, he's just such a nice person.
It's
And
all
then
right.
you actually
According to
learn and
one,
find out that it's the
according to
complete
one,
opposite. I'm like, well, why are you going around
no,
spreading around that he's this nice person or whatnot?
oh, it's all right. According to one Muppet on Facebook, I do anything for money. Well, last time I
Yeah,
looked, I was
yeah.
a prostitute.
Stop it.
But no, the point is at the end of it, that's called business. That's what you do.
No.
And that's the whole point of business is to make money. And I say, because all the money goes through. And the other point as well, which I've also been accused of, is I take a wonderful big cut when we do the shows. I've never took a penny out of the bleeding
And I,
rescue
and
for
I,
the
and
shows.
I, and I can confirm that.
At the end of the day, I
Because
put shows on where
because
we haven't even
there's
covered
been
the
probably
cost.
some rumblings about me taking a cut as well. I'm like, I've not received a penny from Ed.
We do
Um,
it because we're supporting the rescue.
like
And
I
the
did it.
difference is,
Like there's a few reasons to why I do what I do with the rescue in the events. Firstly,
mm,
it was I had an idea, and that was to try like bring a talk show to Barrow. Like that was originally my goal was to hopefully try like bring like some late night entertainment to Barrow for people to enjoy on the weekends. Um, and so once I reached out to the Cloud9, I reached out to them and I said, "Hey, I've got this idea, you know, for a talk show to Barrow. Like, what do you guys think? These are my ideas." And so they liked it. They liked the original ideas, but they were like, "But what about the audience base? Like, we're gonna have to build you up, etc." And so I said, "Right, I get that." And Ed, who was also within the vicinity during those
I
talks,
was getting pissed, let's be honest.
he was there. He was there having a few drinks with some friends and his lovely missus. And so that's when he went. Do you know what? I like what the idea that you've got there. If I do events here in Barrow. I bring them to the Cloud9. and maybe sometimes elsewhere within the town. How about you come help me out, and we'll see what we can do. We'll try and build your name up and your reputation. We'll
Yeah,
see what
make
we can
some
do.
phone calls, see what I can do.
Yeah, and so we then got busy working, and before I knew it, it was about what 3 or 4 months in, and that's when the radio came,
Certain,
and the radio came about, and they were like, "Oh well," because of course Ed and the radio were already kind of working together, and so they came across and they said, "You know what, we quite like what he's doing. We're going to keep our eye on him in basically the Manu sense." And then once they thought that, you know what, we might see where this can go. We like him, and so that's when they were like, right, well, if we could see that he is serious about this, if he proves that he could take this further and be professional, etc., take it away from like this is no longer just a YouTube channel. This is something that is more than just a YouTube channel. It's somewhere that you go to get, your updates and your news on your local events and whatnot, and you also get interviews, promos. It's all professional, basically, and so that's bit. And so throughout this entire period of time, I've always liked to be a conversationalist and do interviews and stuff like that. It's why I originally did a podcast called the JBK, which I created and formed. But then once I stepped away, the guys that basically I gave it over to, I passed over the torch. I went, you guys take it. They then stopped the podcast. I then went, I'm going to start my own. Then it became the Just Small Show, and then it came to where we are now with the radio, etc. Because I realised that hey, this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. This is the career that I want to, I want to go down in. Is this? This is what I want to do, and so that's basically how it all happens. It's a
and this
lot,
is,
isn't
this is the
it?
thing. It's a lot of work. This is what a lot of people don't realise. You're quite happy to sit there and go, oh, it's easy. It's just, I have a simple answer to that. Try
See,
it.
a lot of people are
Put
thinking
your
like, oh,
money
do
where
you
your
want
mouth
to do
is.
this like without getting paid or whatnot. Like all my family are doing it as well. They're like, why don't you get paid or whatnot? Because I don't want to get paid because it's something that's eventually going to possibly come, and I'm going to be getting money for it because it's going to be my future career.
You
Plus, I've
have to
worked, I've
invest your
worked for that
time.
opportunity. Do you know what I mean? I've worked for that opportunity because I've put myself into a good position for it.
I saw this a lot when I was a lot younger. That is, people want instant gratification. You know what I mean? They want, well, I'm doing this today, so I want something tomorrow. Be like, "Okay, don't work like that. You have to put the legwork in today to be ready for tomorrow."
And that's
And
what
that's basically what you're doing,
that's
isn't it?
basically what I stated. Like, I didn't know that I wanted to do the radio part of it to begin with.
Mm.
It was for me to do a talk show and bring it to Barrow. Do you know what I mean? And have live night entertainment here in Barrow. But then once I realised that that may be a bit too much of a stretch right now, I then looked at what I was doing, the work with the radio and the other events that we did. I was like, do you know what? I want, this is something that I really see myself doing for the rest of my life. Is being an interviewer, being a host or a presenter. It's like that is something I see myself doing for the rest of my life, and find that in a career aspect. And so that's when I decided to let go of the YouTube persona, and become 100% professional and go forward with it and be like, this is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. And I'm going to bust the gut. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. I'm going to work my backside off and get to where I'd like to be.
The thing is, the more people tell me I can't do something, the more I'm going to let me do it.
Oh,
It's that
that's
simple, isn't
I'm as stubborn as hell like that as well.
it? But
Because
yeah,
I'm
no,
I'm
basically
I'm
it's this.
stubborn like that. When people say you can't do it, watch me. I'm like, you can't do it. It's like you won't. I'm like, well, watch me. He's like, you won't
Well,
do
if
it.
you
You
don't
won't
think,
do this. You won't do it. I'm like, watch me. And that's what I kept saying. Like when people were going, oh, you're not going to get there. You're not doing this. I literally just looked at them straight into their eyes and just went, watch me do it. The goals that
I
I
learned a
have,
long time
go
ago.
watch me go and accomplish them. Watch me.
I, mean, I was told something many years ago
apologies, folks, as it's just ended. I'll send him a new. I'll send him a new one. Back again.
Hello again.
Back again.
No, but yeah, no, I was told something to say, going back to what I said by my dad years ago, and that is you fail before you start if you give up before
Yeah.
you start. You know,
And and
people say, "Oh, yeah, I've run 4 or 5 businesses and I've failed." Well, yeah, you have, but them 4 or 5 businesses aren't a fail; they're the learning curve.
yeah.
You know, and that's what they are. You learn from your mistakes, and
And
I've done
that's
that all my life. To be
basically
fair,
what I had. I had that with the podcast. You know, I had that with the podcast, with the JBK. It was
you
originally
know,
I
and
had the passion for it, and I had, the belief that it was going to be big, and we're going to go really, really far with it. But then I kind of came into realization that the friends that I brought in didn't have the same vision or passion as I did. And that kind of made me realize that maybe I should look into kind of going on my own, doing my own thing. Then I had a new job and stuff, and mental health issues, and so I had so many plates that I was juggling. I decided to step away, and then
yes,
about 9 months later, I was going to look to return to the podcast. I was wanting to return to the podcast, and they were so inconsistent. They barely uploaded. They barely went live, and that's when I went, they're going to call it quits. And then I think it was around close to the 10th month, and they called it quits and they stopped the podcast. But then they changed the podcast page into a company page. And that's when I kind of went, was this your goal from the get go? Was this what you guys were wanting to do? Um, but I went, best of luck to you boys. I wish you all the best. I'm not sure how they're doing with the companies now. I don't really have the chance. I don't. Well, I haven't been able to reach out. Well, they don't reach out to me at all. I do need to be better as
and I
well
was
at
just going
reaching out
to
to
say
people.
you shouldn't have to. I've noticed this quite a lot. To be fair, over
Mm,
the many years I've been on this been on this planet, quite a few of them. You know, your true friends don't. You don't have to reach out to them; they reach out to you. It's like I've got
yeah,
people. If I don't speak to them at least once in a week, I get
mm,
messages. You all right? Everything okay? Etc. Etc. You know, and they're what you call mates because if they don't hear from you or they haven't seen you around or whatever, they reach out to find out what's going on. You know, and it's like I say, I've always said this from day one. You get in this life what you get out of this life what you put into it. You know, but as I say, people accuse me of playing at what we do at the rescue and stuff.
mm,
You can say what the hell they like. To be fair,
mhm,
I know at the end of the day, there's 3 main things I've got to say. Number one, the animals we get in go out to bloody good homes. We proved that again today. The amount of people that commented on the heads and the quality of them. You
yeah.
know, but number two, do the best of our ability to look after them. Right. And number three, at the end of the day, if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say anything. Because really nobody gives a shit.
Ha,
Yeah.
completely and totally agree.
You know, but anyway, going back to what I was saying, because I'm down on a little rant, now we'll go back to it. But this year we have, and again, I'm putting this out there, this is like exclusive now. I am currently in talks with Mr. Williams. I
You
was,
find
he owns,
are you finally,
I can
because
finally say it now. I'm in talk with an agent in relation to Mr. Williams.
are you going to say the full name, or are you just going to leave people hanging?
Well, if they can't get it off Williams, then they shouldn't be on the bloody
Well, the
podcast.
thing is, though, there's many acts that could have the
There's not.
name Williams.
Well, I'll be all right. Robbie, then they are. Keep every yeah. Basically, there's a
Maybe just
number.
set
I'm,
up
I'm
the
in talks
page.
with an agent. You know, at the end of the day, I'm in talks with his agent to bring him to Barrow.
Let me
And
just say,
I'm not gonna lie.
it's looking promising.
It is. I'm not gonna lie though. It ain't gonna be
It's
cheap.
looking good. That's that's what I'd say. It's looking good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It ain't gonna be cheap, and
Oh
it's
hell
not gonna
no,
be cheap for the
hell no.
tickets either. But you get what you pay for in this world. If you want to see a tribute, we get tributes in, by the way, folks. Don't worry about that. So I've got some updates as well about
Get
Christmas.
tributes, but
We get we get tributes in all the time for different events, and and they are bloody good. But you get it for 10, 15 quid a ticket, which is fine. You know what I mean? But if you want to go see the original act, sorry, you're not going to do that at 10 or
they're
15 quid a
looking at
ticket.
hundreds of pounds.
And well, I've been looking at about £80 a ticket. I think cheapest ticket
Well,
out of
that's
me.
why I was thinking, because that's when people
But
need to
that's if
realise
I
that
can get
this
that's if I can get the
isn't
venue I want,
this isn't another tribute. It's
the
well,
actual game itself.
it's
But I've got some exclusive
it's
news
the man
anyway.
himself that we've just stated, and that's what we're saying. You're looking probably towards between 80 to maybe like 100 odd quid.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna put it out there because I've got an exclusive now. Christmas 2026.
Oh,
We have
it's
to run it on, right? We already 2025. Sorry, yeah, I can think
they'll
it's
be out in
2026 now. No,
2025.
Christmas, just Christmas 2025 even. Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
this
Yeah,
year.
yeah, this year. Next
I
year
was
I've got
wondering what you
Madonna
meant,
coming, so
and I
but
was
that's
just like, we're
already
in
out there.
2025 now, Ed.
Yeah, no, 2026 I've got Madonna coming, so people know, but that's a guarantee. But anyway,
Yes.
2026,
So
you
basically, we
ready
got the
for this?
lovely Laura coming back.
We have, that's next year, right? It's not available this year, but this year we have, are you ready for this?
Go on.
We have Pink,
We have Pink.
I think, is coming this year. We have um, Katy Perry
Katy Perry coming back.
coming this year. And we have, are you ready for this? Sit down.
Who?
Taylor Swift.
Is it the same one?
No,
No, it's
this
a different.
one, this one is actually friends with Taylor.
Oh, the actual Taylor.
Yeah, she's actually friends with her.
You never know, she might turn up.
Well, I'm not saying that she wouldn't, but I'm not saying she would. You
You
know
never
what I'm
know.
like.
You never know. She could be VIP. We don't know
It's,
yet.
it's one of my shows. Anything can happen in the next 30 minutes. You
Oh,
know.
Ed, I'm just remembering a certain someone. I'm just
Exactly.
remembering
You
a
know.
certain someone as well. You're
Yep.
such an asshole.
Yep. Anything can happen in the next 30 minutes.
Can I say it? Can I say it?
Yeah, you can do if you want to.
So basically, there's somebody that we know who works at a certain venue who is a massive fan of Taylor. Like the
Yeah.
massive fan of Taylor. She's been to watch her perform at her concerts during her tours, etc. She's a big fan of Taylor Swift, and he's such a dick.
And but we're
Oh,
bringing her back. We're bringing this one in to say she's absolutely. I say I got sent a show reel from her. She currently can't talk to you at the moment. It will be out later in the year because she's currently in Miami on a cruise ship.
right, okay.
I spoke to her. She was literally, it was 10:30 at night. I spoke to her. I don't know what time it was over there, but it was sometime in a stupid o'clock over there.
Okay.
And she said, I can't really go spend long on here because I'm at work. And I said, obviously, I understand that. She said, where are you? She was on a cruise ship in Miami.
All right.
Because she's doing a cruise ship. So she's got to be bloody good if the cruise ship's paying out for her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is the thing.
That's what you know.
We're bringing
Someone
her in.
has to be really good if the cruise ship's got her.
Yeah. You
If a
know,
cruise ship's got a tribute or whatever, you must know that they must be bloody damn well good. Because cruise ships don't get like
don't get crap.
they don't get the namby pamby or whatever or the lackluster. They get the best of the cruise ships.
And this is something I've always said. I won't book an act unless I think they're good enough to come here. And it's not a case of, oh, it's just barrel book anybody. I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to do that, I could bring in. I've been offering acts now for 150 quid. That I personally wouldn't even go watch in a pub. So I'm not going
Many
to ask
acts that I've seen
anybody.
in Barrow that are like that.
Honestly, I wouldn't ask anybody to buy a ticket
And
to go
that's not
watch
me
somebody.
being
And I'm
nasty
not
or
knocking
anything.
them acts. They're damn good at what
And
they
I'm
do, but they're
the
just not
reason
for
why I
me.
say it is because I've seen top talent. that has performed here in Barrow. I've seen other very, 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 very big talents perform in other places in the world. So
Yeah, and I
you
see the
know
point.
you know the difference from somebody that's a pub singer to someone that is genuinely talented and could literally find success within the music industry.
Hmm.
You know, not somebody that is okay on karaoke or
Yeah, and I
somebody
say
that's good for a piss up in a brewery. You know what I mean? Like that they could
I've
generally
been
be
offered some
extremely
acts.
successful.
I've been offered some acts, and I'm like, I've thought about it. I've watched the show reels. I've done a bit of digging on them. I'm not knocking them. They are good acts,
Hmm.
but they're not what I'm looking for. Because at the end of the day, what I'm looking for is somebody. When you come to one of our shows, you walk out with that show, and you think that was brilliant. But you don't only just walk out thinking that was brilliant. You walk out the show thinking that was brilliant, and then you talk about it for the next week
You
about how
basically
good it was.
basically reach out to the event organizer and get them back.
Yeah. And this
Basically.
is what I try to do at every single event we have. But on the flip side
Look,
of that,
it
I'll
does
say
happen all
right
the
out the
time. 'Cause
blue.
believe me, it doesn't. But there has
No,
been a
no,
fair few times that it's happened. We've had it with
yeah.
Laura and with Madonna tribute. We've had it with Pink. We've had it with
Oh yeah,
Katy
everybody
Perry.
loves our Laura.
We've had it with
And
Taylor Swift tribute. Taylor Swift tribute. We had it with Green
yeah,
Days. We had it with even Well
yeah,
Reid because, but unfortunately, they're no longer together. They separated last year.
yeah.
Um, we
But
had it
it's
with
like,
Well Reid as well because the people loved them for some reason. Like they absolutely loved them.
well, we got it with Chubby. Chubby said himself, which and again, you can check this, because Chubby will confirm it for you. Chubby said himself, he said he does not do clubs anymore. He doesn't. Um, because as he said himself, um, it's the wrong clientele. He doesn't like doing clubs. He prefers to do stage, like the Forum, that sort of places.
Mhm. He
But he came
prefers
to
like
Barrow,
he prefers like the stage, like prefers an auditorium, like a proper
yeah,
auditorium,
yeah,
not
proper place,
like a proper, in a manner of sense, it's like a place where you'd go watch an orchestra,
what's the word I'm looking for? What's the
or a
Forum?
play or a
Theatre.
musical.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Theatre,
Theatres. He
yeah, a
prefers to
theatre,
work theatres.
yeah,
But after he came, I'm not gonna lie, he was dead unsure about coming and
he
playing in
was.
Barrow. But after
We didn't think he was going to come at one point, but we kept trying and trying, and then he said, "Do you know what? Let's go for it." And once he did, we were like, hell yes.
and he said himself,
Still
which
to
I was.
this day, like that is the best show I think we've ever done.
And he said to me and Anne Marie that he'd loved it while he was here. Now, to be fair, and again, I'm going to put this out there because a lot of people may or may not know. 99% of acts, venues, celebrities, whatever, will say to your face, it was lovely to be here, etc., etc.
Hmm.
And then when they get away, they say to their agent or whoever that's with them, you
Go
know,
to
that was
don't go back.
diabolical. Don't ever book me there again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
However, it with Chubby, it was complete opposite. He turned around and said it was, he loved when he got to Barrow. He loved the way we looked after him and stuff. Yes, there was a few little niggling problems we had to deal with on the day, which is fine. That happens.
If
It
you're on
goes
about
with the
what I think you're on
territory.
about,
Yeah, it goes with the territory. It's fine. You know what I mean? But as I say, we dealt with it. But
yeah.
he actually went
Basically,
away.
let's just say on the day there was a fair few things that were, for some
Little
reason,
issues, but we dealt with.
yeah, it
You know,
was
the weather didn't the weather didn't help and
it
all
was a
that
pain
sort of.
in the ass, but thankfully
Yeah,
we got them dealt with fairly quickly, and uh,
yeah. But and then on the top of that, we had. But what he did do was, which actually shocked me, was he not only said it on the day that he'd love to come back and do it, but he also turned around and said to his agent, who actually rang me the following morning.
mhm.
And bearing in mind, we got out of there late that night. By the time we
We
packed
did. We got
everything
that.
up and stuff.
I think we got off about 1:30.
Yeah, it was a late night that one, but
I mean, to be fair
because
though,
we played it with.
we did have one drink at the end of the night.
Oh yeah, I managed to get a drink. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we managed to get a drink, and then we then went home.
yeah, we were all
And
knackered
then
basically.
I think Ed messaged me like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He said that he's been up since like what was it 8?
Yeah,
It was like 7 or
and I
8
said
o'clock in the morning. He'd only had
his
about
agent
2 hours
rang us.
sleep.
Yeah, And his agent rang me that morning and said, I know you probably hear a lot that everybody wants to come back. I said, yeah. He said, but Chubby does. He said, you really looked after him. You made him feel welcome. He said, you brought back. He said, a lot of people don't realise in the 70s, it was standard practice for working men clubs, that sort of thing, to have a tea and coffee in the changing rooms, biscuits, that sort of little bits.
Basically, hospitality goes a long way.
Yeah, cost nothing. He said,
Costs
and even
nothing,
when he goes to
goes
the
a long way,
theatre,
sets a great example.
yeah, and he said his agent said to me, and Chubby said to Anne Marie when we were there talking to him, he said, it brings back memories of the 70s. And I went, is that a good or bad thing? He said, no, it's a good thing. He said, because he said, I don't even get that now when I go to the big theatres. He said,
Well,
if I want tea and coffee,
I
I've got
think
to
that
ask
they
them for it.
probably might have like bottles of water or whatever.
Oh, no, he literally gets nothing. Anything like that, he has to pay
Seriously,
for
the
in
big
advance.
venues, I would have thought that they'd be like
Yeah,
water and stuff.
yeah. No, in fact, he said he don't get it in any of the big venues now. All that sort of stuff stopped.
No, that's
And I'm like, well,
wrong.
to
I would have
me,
thought that they'd be like, here's some like water and a couple of other
yeah,
bits and
no,
bobs, and just
he's
be
got to
like,
bring all that himself.
bloody hell.
Yeah, yeah. And I said to him, I said, well, no, I said, I don't understand that to me personally, because to me, that's common courtesy. You put that sort of stuff
Yeah,
on,
of course.
you know. But I say it. So so he's coming back to Barrow, just so people know.
Is it
I
this
just so
year?
people know, it is going to be this year. I have passed it to Cloud9 because he wants to do 2 nights back to back, and
Yeah.
I did say to Sarah that I'd do the first year. After that, I'd pass it to the club, and the club can, if they want him back, they can have him. That's down to them if they do want to have him back or not. I can't really comment on that. It's not my decision.
I think
But he has said he does want to come back, so it'd be good if he does, because then I can catch up and have a beer and stuff with him again.
I mean,
But yeah,
I'd love to have Chubby back.
but
I think.
I'll tell you, I am in talk with actually. It's just popped into my head.
Hmm?
Does anybody remember? Do you remember Benny Dom?
Of course, I remember Benidorm. If you're talking about Johnny Vegas,
No, the TV program I'm talking about, but the holiday place. Not It's not Johnny Vegas. No, I'll be honest with you. He's currently not touring, but who
yeah.
is touring? Is Cassie Rock. Now you won't know who Cassie Rock is.
No, I don't. Unfortunately,
Ah, see, yeah, see, some people. Oh, I remember that, but they don't know who the people are. Cassie Rock used to play. Hang on, let me get you. Uh,
his brain's kicking.
Cassie. She was well known as. Where's it called?
His brain's kicking and talking.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to find it. Bear me a second. There she is. She played the hotel manager in Benidorm.
Right. Okay. Well, I wasn't a
I'll
big.
send you the link.
I wasn't a
I'll
big
se-
watcher of Benidorm, I'm afraid.
well, I'll be honest with you. I love Benidorm. I thought it was absolutely
Like I
hilarious.
remember,
It took me a bit to get
I
into
think I
it.
remember when it first came out, and I enjoyed it, but
Yeah, it took me a bit to. I'm not gonna lie. It took me a bit to get
it
into
wasn't
it.
something that I truly got into. Like I was more into like Mrs. Brown's Boys. If you know what I mean, I was more into Brown's Boys than
Yeah,
Benidorm.
yeah. No, I'll be honest with you. I watched the two, and I was more. It was more my sort of comedy was Benidorm because it was literally working class people out in Spain, basically doing what they would do if they were at home, and people couldn't get their head
Yeah,
around
I
it.
think for some
Uh,
reason the comedy for me, there were times it was absolutely hilarious, and there was times where I'm just like, it's a little bit forced.
yeah, yeah.
Like that's what
But
I
she
thought with
actually was.
that's what I thought with Benidorm. Mrs. Brown was
Well,
just
Chubby.
was it that that's the feeling that you had with Benidorm is what I had with Mrs. Brown.
Yeah, well, no, Chubby
But
was
then
the.
as Mrs. Brown's Boys went further on, that's when the comedy
Hmm,
started to get too forced. Was when it
yeah.
had gone on for a bit too long, and I was just like, it
Yeah,
wasn't
well,
as
that's it.
funny.
We've been talking to her. We've been talking to someone that knows her, and she's actually doing a comedy show at the minute.
Hmm.
Um, which I'm led to believe is similar to Chubby, but not. I don't have, but from more of a female point of view rather than a male.
Right.
As in the bloke should be out making money for the woman to sit at home and drink wine, that sort of thing. I've sent you a clip of a comedy. So you can have a watch that when you come offline. But yeah, basically, it's we're in talks about bringing her up to Barrow as well.
Okay.
So that's
Oh,
going to
wow.
be an interesting one because I may be able to put them and Chubby on the same night,
It'd be a banging
which
night.
will be banging night if I can do that.
That'd be
Yeah,
a
that's
banging
what I'm
night.
in the process of doing.
Especially if they've got
But yeah,
very similar style.
they have.
Yeah, that'd be a banging night, Ed. Phenomenal night. Especially to those that loved Benidorm and love Chubby's
Yeah.
style. They'll love it.
Well, that'd be my suggestion to say I'm not currently booking Chubby this year because I'm leaving it for the Cloud9 to do that because that's what I agreed with them. If they choose not to book him this year, but that's what Chubby comes back with, then I might have a chat with him about bringing him back myself.
Yeah.
But we'll just, as I say, we've got to see what happens with that and let people decide what they want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, that's where we're up to. But on the flip side, as I say, we've got some cracking shows. And I'll run through them quickly now because I've seen what time it is.
Yes. Like I said,
We've got,
why does time go by so quickly when we do this show?
don't know, mate, I don't know, I get gabbering, that's it. But no, we've got, just so people know, we've got Country and Western Show, which sells out up and down the country everywhere he does it. So it's definitely worth coming in and watching.
Absolutely.
On top of that, we've got a ladies' night, which literally does sell out all over the world. The man over
Dog's
the country, he's had it abroad.
bollocks.
Yeah, basically. So again, that's one you want to get yourself along to. For Christmas to say, we've got that's already done and dusted, now we're booked. We've got we've got Katie coming back. We've got Pink coming back, and she went down an absolute storm. And on top of that, we've got Taylor
I
Swift
mean,
coming along with us.
let's be honest. When it came to Christmas event, a lot of Pink fans in the audience. There was.
Oh, there was hundreds of them. I couldn't believe it. There's the amount of Pink bands we had.
Literally, it. It. They were still cheering for Katy Perry. Don't get us wrong, but
Oh
there
yeah,
was more noise for Pink.
yeah.
Like,
Pink is more danceable than Katy Perry's more of a
I
kiddie
think that we
shape.
kind of even stated it, didn't we, about the age bracket, didn't we?
Yeah, but it was a nice. It
About
worked
about
well
the
because it was a
demographic.
nice. Yeah, it was a nice split up of the venue, as
Oh yeah,
in the artist
absolutely.
wise.
Because they were both
Um,
fantastic, and they got a great reception.
yeah,
Both of them did. But
yeah,
of course, clearly but there was more Pink fans in the audience.
yeah. There was a lot more Pink fans in the
A
audience,
lot
but
more.
as I say, we're bringing them back.
There was
We're
still
bringing them
a
back
lot of
this
fans of
year, and
Katy
then
Perry and whatnot, but still, it was. There was still a
we're
lot
going to
of.
really muck up. We're going to really muck up the mix this year because I'm bringing back Taylor Swift as well. So that's really going to give us some competition. Whether we're going to have the Taylor Swift fans in, or we're going to have the Pink fans in, or we're going to have the Katy Perry fans in. It's going to be an absolutely fun night to find
Let's
out.
be
As I
honest.
say,
They're all gonna go freaking Barney.
oh yeah, they're all going to go do Lally. It's going to be a cracking night all round. So, but yeah, on that, so I will leave it at that, and I will say thank you very much for everybody for listening. And
Yeah,
we'll see you all
it's been a long
on.
one tonight. I mean, I didn't
You want to
expect
do
it to be as
Wednesday or do you
long
want to do
tonight.
Saturday again?
Uh,
Should we do another Saturday one?
yeah,
Should we do it every Saturday?
going
Right, we'll do
forward,
every Saturday until we get
I
closer.
think we should just focus with Saturday.
Yeah, we'll do Saturday. So we'll see. I'll get out of your airport. If you've got any questions, send them in
Feel free to
in
reach
the
out to
chat. And
either
we'll see.
myself or Ed. And if
Yeah,
there are
and
some
other than that,
questions that
we'll
I
see
can't
you
answer,
all on
I will
Saturday.
send you over to Ed.
Yeah, and I say we'll see you all on Saturday and you can go from there.
Yep, see you next
So
Saturday.
enjoy
All
the
right,
have
speak to you
fun,
later,
folks.
mate.
All the best. Bye bye.
Bye. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm your hostess with the most, your boy, Just Small. Thank you ever so much. That's, everything for tonight. We've had a nice little catch up. We've had a nice little chin work. We've had a nice little chat. So, I'll see you all next time. Next Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. for the next show. I'll see you next time. God bless, take care, stay safe, and good night.
Device your blood like ice. One look could kill my pain. You're free. I wanna love you, but I better not touch. I wanna hold you, but my senses tell me to stop. you, but you're